Hey guys, what's going on? Naft here. I'm doing like a post-commentary thing for a song that I made off of Aquarium. This video may go well, it may go not so well. It's gonna be a long video, but either way, it's gonna be kind of cool. It's something I've never done before. Right now I'm just making a drum rack with some sounds that I found off of Ableton Live. Right now I'm just chilling. I got my water, I got my coffee. I don't have a face cam. I feel like I could start doing these kinds of videos maybe live and you know, these kinds of tracks take me maybe an hour to do, so I feel like it's something that people out there would be interested in watching. Possibly, but right now I'm just making sort of like a beginning drum track. I guess I'm not feeling the kicks right there, but yeah, I just taking sounds that Ableton had like in the stock on the left, even though usually I try to make my own kicks or my own drum pieces, but for now, for all intents and purposes, it's fine. I'm gonna be making some songs. I'm gonna be making some sounds later in this, and I want to do tutorials on how to do all these individual things and so on later. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. But for now, I just have a bit of a kick and a drum shell going. It's just a little bell. I think right now I'm looking for a good bass kind of sound. Yeah. I chose fretless bass. I'm using Ableton Ultimate Edition, which is $800. It's a lot to think about that kind of price. I'm going to my preferences right now. What did I do? This is gonna be the thing about doing post commentary, especially because I did this video maybe like a month or two ago. I probably should have just did this right after because I was fresh. I'm changing the sample rate because there's a bit of latency. That's what's going on. I'm trying to play through my keyboard. Okay, I see what's going on here. I have a bit of a simple bass line going, but because of that latency, it's becoming a bit of a pain to work with. I don't really have the best MacBook in the world, but you know, it gets done what I need to get done. So I'm just going to go ahead and record in those notes, and I'm going to sort of MIDI them onto the grid markers there that make it sound good. So simple bass line to start out, but I'll go ahead and evolve that as the song goes on. So what you see here, I really should do tutorials on sort of like all parts of these. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. But these sort of clips up there, damn, I don't even have like a mark. I'm telling you, this is a very just figure it out as we go kind of thing. But those orange and pink columns there, where the orange and pink is on the top, those are clips, and that's sort of like a sampler. And then that way I could play specific segments of a song. Anyway, I just evolving the bass line a little bit for the second part. Yeah, the clip view up there, the orange and the pink would be a very good thing to do. Probably my first tutorial on. Right now I'm just speeding it up. I'm just doing like a couple of things to the bass. I think I'm changing the envelope. Again, this is what I get for doing this way in advance, but you know, it's something to get out there. It's a way to start. Let's see, I think I'm just looking through it. I'm not really doing much to change the bass though. Yeah, this isn't how the song's gonna end up sounding. Yeah, I'm gonna end up doing tutorials on all these individual like pieces of Ableton at some point if you guys are interested. I feel like I could help. Ableton's such a really beautiful piece of software that I feel like, at least towards the people that I'm around, is criminally underrated. So yeah, just figuring out how. It's usually when it comes to hi-hats, I'll just fill it out to my heart's content, get a pattern going, and then right now I'm speeding through it, but hi-hats I just kind of get creative with. I feel like anything in higher octaves gives you a little bit more room to be creative. Meanwhile, a lot of bass frequencies and mid frequencies will require a lot of control. So right now, it might be a little bit too much to explain just for a simple drum group, but right now I'm just building it. I don't really care about the bass lines being, or like the bass notes being exactly on the grid lines, but I want them to be at least mostly on point. You want them to sound a little bit human, but not too robotic. There's quantization you could do, which I'll probably also do tutorials on. You know, it all depends. All these tutorials are already out there for Ableton, but I feel like I could probably teach them my own way. Adjusting the bass lines a little bit more. I'm pretty sure I have this video going on ×2 speed right now. I think right here I'm getting a bit of a chorus going. That way I don't have that staccato bass going on anymore. It can be a little bit distracting, too much staccato, because I'm going to be adding some more instruments in soon. Extend that a little bit. Now, the cool thing about Ableton is it has a reverse and an invert button when you're on MIDI clips, so you could select what you want to reverse or invert, and it makes it very easy and quick to move around bass notes and to create dissonance between parts of a song. Again, something I hope to go over more in another video, but I'll probably do some more of that in this. Yeah, you can see my MacBook is killing itself trying to get this song out with that pinwheel of death. What key am I going in here? C? No. Well, it's an F sharp song. When I was making this song, I was thinking of Super Mario Galaxy. You guys know the that one galaxy, or fuck, how do I describe it? I remember there was a bunch of penguins on a beach. It was a very dark galaxy. It was like way later in the game. I can remember what it was. I remember that there was a cannon that like blasted you onto the moon in like the first area. Anyway, the music in that area is kind of what I was thinking of when I was doing this. Right now, I'm just adding some more percussion stuff. I'm adding a snare on the 2 and 4. That way I can have a bit more of a chorus going, have it build up. I like to add the snare later. I usually like to add the snare with the hi-hat, but it depends on the song. Yeah, nice snare sound, but yeah, got the velocity going. So on the see how it says 1.2 and then 2.2 on the grids above that orange line. I have the velocity there a little softer. The velocity on the 4 is a little harder. Give it a little bit more groove. I wish I recorded the making of all the songs on Aquarium, but I feel like one is enough to give you the idea. It's more or less this, just with a bunch of different songs. I think right now I'm just messing around with the tempo, seeing if just trying to find where it would suit itself best. The tempo sort of speaks for itself. It's not really a make or break of a song. Usually if it's a good song, you can play it at any tempo and it'll sound fairly good. Right now I'm just speeding through stuff. I think I'm panning the drums so I could give the sonic field a little bit more depth. Is it depth? Whatever. Analog. Okay, so I'm throwing a really cool thing about Ableton is it has an analog synthesizer already built into it, so you could just start with a sine wave and then you can go ahead and edit anything you want. I'm starting with a sine wave, bumping it up 2 octaves, and then I'm taking noise. Let's see what I do here, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to change this around a little bit, but I'm going to do, yeah, this would be a great thing to do a tutorial on. I'm doing some legato so that when I hit a different key, it sort of slides up instead of just do do. It goes like do. Hope you guys like my my vocals. I think I'm making a pad here, so I'm making the attack super long, so it comes in slowly and it sounds like a incoming sort of wave. Yeah, because when I was thinking about the sort of beach element of that galaxy from Super Mario Galaxy, I was thinking of waves. When you hear waves, you hear shh, you hear noise, you hear white noise, you hear things coming in softly. I'm thinking very soft, so I'm also adding in a sine wave to complement that. So I don't know if you guys can hear it here. So it's sort of like a nice soft sine wave that comes in like a singing. I have a little bit vibrato on the right there. You can see it's at 14%. Sorry, that's a little bit blurry right now. Yeah, so it's like a little voice singing with an ocean of white noise behind it, and I feel like it would be a nice sort of nice way to harmonize with everything else in the song. Right now I'm just figuring out a melody in the background. And take a sip of my coffee really quick. Enjoy. I think I'm just tapping keys on my keyboard, because the cool thing about Ableton is you could just all the middle row of letter keys on your keyboard, you can actually use those as like a musical keyboard, and then the black keys are W, E, T, Y, and U. I think O and P on the top row of the keyboard. So if you don't have a MIDI controller, which I do, I just don't think I felt like using it. Yeah, I get the kind of whateverness about using a MacBook as an instrument, but when you're creative with it and you use a lot of people are worried about the advent of technology, you know, making music too easy to make, or it'll make your things, you know, it'll put artists out of work. I think that's bullshit. I feel like if you use the technology in creative ways that AI wouldn't think of, then you'll be fine. AI is not going to figure out how to, you know, play a beautiful cover of guitar like Echcanito for a very long time at least. So I feel like, you know, you use technology to your advantage. I'm a guitarist, and I'm right now I'm really quick. I'm gonna pause what I'm saying. Right now I'm I'm actually adding a square wave. Okay, so you see on the left how it says color and noise right in between the two oscillators, yeah, where my pointer is right now. Basically, I'm using that as a noise generator, and then on the bottom I have a square wave sort of harmonizing with the sine wave. So just that way it adds a little bit more. This is going to be sort of like a lead. I just wanted to add a little bit more depth to it. Instead of just using a regular sine wave, let's see, glide. I'm adding some more voices, so it spaces out a little bit more. Turning off the LFO. All that I'll probably go into in other videos. Oh yeah. Now this melody's starting to sound familiar. Just one note. Keep the rhythm going. Keep a melody going. Keep something going on in people's heads. It's like a little whistle. I want it to be relaxing, but I also want it to be a little bit daunting. A little bit, what's the word? Disorienting? Not disorienting. I guess I'll let other people come up with the words for it, but just is what it is. Now I got the hi-hat sort of a little bit more on track with it. Sometimes, yeah, never mind. And then as you can see there, I just hit the next scene, and now I'm thinking of this as sort of like a chorus, so it just starts out with a hi-hat, bring in the snare. Now I feel like I want to add in another instrument here just to make it pop a little bit more. I'll see what I do, because again, it was a long time since I made, I mean, not a long time, maybe like a month, but there's a bit of a gap between the commentary and the video. So this is an interesting first one I'm doing. I'm adding in a pluck. I remember exactly what I'm doing here. I wanted to add in an arpeggiator. I wasn't really too worried about the latency anymore, because I'm about to just input all the notes through MIDI through the pen tool that Ableton has. Driver, okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to go ahead and raise the sample rate so that way the audio quality would be higher. I'm just messing around, seeing what would work. I'm adding an arpeggiator on, zooming in right there. The cool arpeggiator on Ableton Live has a rate option. You could, it automatically links up with the tempo. There's a gate on it, which sort of changes how, I guess, active the arpeggiator is in comparison with just the notes. You could change the key it's in, you could change how many steps the arpeggiator goes up or down, the distance that these steps are in. That was just my phone. I don't want it to pop out too much, but I also want it to sort of dance around everything else in the song. Right now I'm just kind of experimenting with how I can introduce the arpeggiator early in the song, starting with 4 steps, rate 1/16. Alright. As you can see, that little red dot that just popped up next to steps, it's actually reading me changing the steps. It's reading me change the steps. Actually, you see that red line right there? That is me changing it in real time. So it's actually recording as I'm changing it. Now, that may be something you want. That may be something you don't want. I use it sometimes, but yeah, I'm pretty sure right there, I was just altering it so that way it changed. The arpeggiator sort of was more active as it was playing. You could probably hear it in a second. You're gonna have to deal with this boring bass line for a second as I'm just changing the automation. That red line, I just moved it up to, I can't see how many steps that was, but made it simpler. It's interesting watching me do this, because I always do it, like I always will make the song, but I never actually look back on myself making the song, so this is a very interesting sort of situation to be in. I feel like it would be a little bit more better in a live stream sense. I just don't know who would particularly watch those live streams, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So as long as I have fun making it. What am I doing here? Right now, as you can see, there's a red playback button. You see how those 3 columns are green? Okay, never mind. Yeah, I was just recording something into the arpeggiator slot, the red column. A lot of the time, I'll like to have something change on the 3rd bar. So like if I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, the 3rd bar, I'll like go maybe a perfect 5th up, to add a little bit of tension into the song. I could just have the arpeggiator doing the same thing the whole time, but... Oh, here we go. Yeah, again, there's a little bit of latency, but... You know, what bedroom musician doesn't have to deal with latency and then scoot it back like that every once in a while, right? So, with the arpeggiator plus me kind of haphazardly playing in these notes into the keyboard, it sort of sounds like a human mixed with a computer trying to get these in there, and there's something authentic about it. You know, it could have been more robotic. That's the thing about Ableton, about just inputting MIDI note. Yeah, here we go. This is what I was going for in the chorus. I'm pretty sure, did I go an octave up here? Sounds like it. Yeah, I don't really know too much of what I did there. I scooted it up a little bit so that way it plays on time with the song, but overall, yeah, I think that sounded really good. Yeah, it's definitely something to work with. Goes with the bass line well. It doesn't distract from the lead, you know, like the analog lead that I had earlier. It's very bouncy. Right now, I'm just playing the song sort of how I imagine it in my head, fully arranged. Let's enjoy that for a second. I figure a couple of bars into the song, it gets a little bit boring. I only have 5 drum pieces. Let's throw in some more drums. We need a crash. I think I'm throwing in is it a splash? Yeah, it's a splash. Always a nice thing to throw in these kind of like beachy kind of songs. I ended up naming the song Deuteronolis. I wanted to name it after a beach or an ocean in space, but I didn't think that there were any. But then I looked it up, and apparently Mars... You know how Mars, like half of Mars is like a dried up ocean? Apparently that ocean was named Deuteronolis. I don't know if it was by scientists or, I mean, of course it was by scientists. I don't know who else would name it that, but I thought it was a cool name. Right now, I'm just sort of EQing the cymbal splash. That's sort of like the frequency shifter that they have already inside of the drum rack, like ready for you. It's pretty cool. It's easy to use for sure. I'll go on that in another video. I will. I added another sort of MIDI slot, so that way I went ahead and scooted it over next to the drums. So basically I have a miscellaneous percussion that's going to be bongos, agogos, anything that sort of sounds you know, like not things to build up the song. I wouldn't say ethnic, because, you know, agogos maybe, but bongos. Right now, I'm copying and pasting a few parts of the song so that way I could have a second verse, second chorus, and then I could go ahead and change a couple of things as they come on. Let's see. I'm adding another track? Oh, right. This is where I'm adding the riser. So, you'll see what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna go ahead and, when I move that little square up that you saw right there, it's gonna pitch it down. So basically, that left square that I'm on right now, yeah, it's gonna go boom. That's sort of an envelope, a pitch envelope, if you will. I think, yeah, that's literally what it is. It says it right there. You see, I use these things, I have them visualized in my head, and I know what they do, and I know what they sound like, but I don't even know what they're called sometimes. But hey, I'm kind of learning with you guys. You know, you learn something new every day. Now I know I could just call it a pitch envelope. So right now I'm trying to find a good way to introduce the riser so that way I could add a little bit more tension into the song and have something lead into the chorus. So let's just listen to what I do. I think I have it pretty quiet, so you're not gonna be able to, well, let's see what happens. I definitely mix it better into the song later. changing the frequency with it so it doesn't get distracting in the way, because there's already a lot of high frequencies in the songs. I understand that in a lot of my songs I have a lot of very high frequencies that try to dance around each other, and it can be a little hard to work with sometimes, but you know, that's the fun of what I do. I try to make stuff that I haven't heard before, but I hear in my own head. And that's what I think all of us should do. Right now, I'm changing the LFO of the riser so that way it's like it has a little bit of tension as it rises up. Adding a little bit of white noise. Not sure if it'll fit, but let's try it. Alright, I took a quick break, but I'm back, and you guys didn't even know it until I told you just then, right there. Yeah, I'm just playing around with the analog envelopes a little bit, making the riser come in more slowly. Yeah, I believe I used a saw wave mixed with a square wave. I was like using the square wave to complement a sine wave or a sawtooth wave. Yeah, I need to experiment with the square wave by itself a little bit more because this is a very useful tool. But yeah, there's no real saw wave in the rest of the song, so it adds some dissonance, it adds some tension to everything else. It's like, what is that? You know? All these individual instruments are like characters. That's how you have to see them. And from this video going forth into other ones, you know, that's definitely something to keep in mind, that all these instruments are like individual characters, and then the whole song is like a bigger story. And something I do, a lot of the times you would want to remove individual pieces in certain parts of the song, so that way the other pieces have a bit of room and a time that they could be focused on. And a lot of the time, one mistake that I make in music production is I just want all the instruments playing all the time. I want all of them to get, you know, the same representation, but that's not really the right way to go about music production a lot of the time. It's all about the bigger story that you're trying to tell, and that's sort of like the way you have to look at it. And I know my music's not necessarily perfect, but it's all a learning process, and like I said, I'm learning as I'm going along with this. So I hope in later videos, because I want to keep making videos like this. This is fun, and I hope that it's educational and entertaining to other people. Ooh, it's raining outside. But I might start live streaming them, to be honest. Even if no one watches them, someone might watch them, someone might find them entertaining, and I feel like because I don't have any of the thoughts that I had when I originally made this video. All like whatever I was saying, I don't think I probably was silent the whole time, to be honest. Whatever I was saying the whole time, it's gone now. Dust in the wind. So I might do like a combination of post commentary and live commentary. We'll see. I feel like it would be a pretty good way of going about things, but you know, thank you guys for watching regardless. It's a fun romp through my early Ableton days that we're looking at here. So right now I'm adding some reverb, I believe. I'm looking for a nice reverb that would give me sort of like an oceanic yet dark vibe. I think I'm looking for I do something called Reflections, which pretty trebly, but it has some diffusion in like the mid-range. You can on the bottom right you can see sort of like the settings of that reverb, but you know, I'm still sort of getting better at understanding the dynamic space and you know, settings of reverb in general. Dynamic space, even a term, whatever. Come on, Ryan. You're a better music producer than make up stuff. Either way, though, like even this is still fun watching me make this. I'm also adding a bit of delay. I forgot what delay I used. So just a simple delay. So those circles, the A and the B, the sends, right above the mixers where the green bars are coming from, uh, that is sort of how much you're putting into reverb and delay. You might not be able to hear the reverb or delay too well unless if you have headphones or speakers. By the way, the finished version of the track, that's going to be released on Aquarium. That is being released on September 9th. And I have a lot more exciting projects coming up after that. But yeah. All I'm doing is just sort of... Oh, well, actually... Oh, right now, I hit the red record button on the top of the screen, and right now, I'm just letting the song play out. Oddly enough, I can't hear anything. It's weird. I might have it sped up a little bit just to get through it. Because I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna play the song again after, but yeah, so when you hit the red record button and then you start playing clips, then it's gonna record what you play off of those clips, and then when you go into arrangement view, which I'll show you temporarily, or not temporarily, but momentarily, you'll sort of see everything that I'm recording right now getting put into arrangement view. You'll see. I guess that's why I sped through this, so I can show you guys that. Right now I'm just switching where I want one of the risers. All right, looks like I'm done recording that. Oh, I'm getting rid of some stuff. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you don't always want everything just playing at the same time. I might start recording again. No. Yeah, it's all gone. I wasn't happy with that first take. That's why I sped this up, so you didn't have to like sit there and listen to me do this 2 whole times. But you guys will get to listen to the sort of demo version. Of course, I mixed it all in Pro Tools after. Which I'll always do that for my studio albums, but I won't do it for every single song I make because that's a lot of time. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and speed through this. I have the riser exactly where I want it. I remember having problems with that riser while I was originally making this, so yeah, now everything has its space. Things come in a little bit slower. Not slower, but one by one. And then I usually like to let the last one play off for a few, maybe like a little bit longer than I would everything else as like a grand finale. I'll take off everything one by hitting that square on the bottom. Bring that in one more time, why not? Just I like to get creative with the last few bars. The song's about to end anyway. And then I just go ahead and end it by hitting the stop square on the right, which I'll get into in a different video. This has been a bit of a haphazard video, but again, fun romp. So this is arrangement view. This is basically what I recorded from clip view, and yeah, let's see. Right now, this takes place this clip we're watching right now, this takes about maybe 20-30 minutes after I recorded everything else. I felt like during the chorus there needed to be something else, so I wanted to add some chords. I wanted to add a little bit of more emotion. I feel like chords are the best way to actually express emotion. When you're just using notes, you can build melodies and you can make like a nice little track, but you're not actually... Yeah. Just chords. Chords are nice. Maybe not throughout the whole song. I just built a chord progression. I duplicated it. Can't hear it right here, but it's fine. Just use a pretty basic piano for that. Pretty dry. Not sure what I'm doing here, but it's fun watching me struggle trying to make music. What's going on here? Here we go. All right, back to the piano. Yeah, usually sometimes I'll add instruments after I record everything else from arrangement view, just so I feel like I have a little bit more better visualization moving a note up. I can't hear it though. You guys hear it? Sorry about that feedback. I guess not. But we'll get around to it. For now, just enjoy me throwing in those notes. I believe I'm still in F sharp. Should be. I don't really overthink what keys I'm in. I don't overthink what, I don't overthink the music theory at all. I just sort of listen to what sounds good, and then I just make it happen. So I just took that little piano progression, 2 bars of chords, something to create a little bit of tension and tension, relaxation, whatever you feel in it is what you feel. But a couple parts in the song, like what I said earlier about introducing things temporarily, bringing these characters. Sucks I can't hear it right now though. What happened? I'll look into it, but either way, I'll probably play the song at the end of the video so you guys could hear the final take. Even though it is going to be on Aquarium soon. Oh, here we go. Sometimes I'll just put in the notes and then I'll listen to it after. Yeah, it sounded a little bit ugly to me. Almost there. We're almost getting to what I had in the original tape. Sounding cleaner. So what I did here, I had the chords that I MIDI'd in earlier. I had those during a verse, I believe, and then the chorus comes in, the snare comes in, the arpeggiator hits a lot harder, but there's no real room for the keys. So what I did is I just took like a little piano groove that sounded nice to me that I recorded on my keyboard, and I just threw it in there periodically to give a little bit of a recurring melody to the chorus. Something to remember in the chorus. Like, it's not Mozart, but it's funky, it's groovy, it fits with everything else around it, and that's the important thing. Right now I'm just kind of adjusting how they come in, where they are, what notes are played. But basically the same thing. Right now you're listening to a sped up version of it as I do some volume stuff. Yeah, like I just had the arpeggiator fade in instead of just come in. Fixing a couple of notes right there. I think we're almost done with this video, to be honest. You guys sort of get the idea of how I made the song. I think we really need to make it too much longer. I will play the song, you know, as I have it on here, and then I'll probably just wait until Aquarium comes out to play the final mixed version. Uh, I just thought it would be fun to show you guys and make this and, you know, review it myself also. Uh, you know, just for the sake of getting stuff out there, because it's just fun to do, man. I hope it inspired someone out there to maybe try Ableton or just try music production in general or make a song or do something, because I other than like the Super Mario Galaxy level that I had in mind, I didn't really have too much in mind. This just sort of came in as just just happened. I added a bit of velocity changes to the piano so it didn't sound like all one velocity. It had a little bit of dynamics to it. I'll go over that in another video, but for now, yeah. I think the song's starting to be about arranged, you know? We got a couple choruses, we got a couple verses. I don't remember, I don't think that there's a breakdown in this song though. That's one thing. Right now I'm trying to do a bit of a solo kind of thing. But it's not working. It's hard to play in the key of F. Like, I'm not an expert musician. Playing in the key of F on a MacBook keyboard wasn't really what I was planning on doing. But for now, I think we're ready to enjoy the song. Thanks for sticking with me through this journey. And I hope that there will be many more. I wish to create worlds through my music. I wish to inspire others to do the same, so And yeah, that's the song. Is the video ending? Hold on, how much more do I have of this clip? Oh yeah. I have about like 10 seconds. Oh shit. Yeah, if you guys like this right now, I'm just exporting it. I called it Beach Party in Space. I already have a guitar song on the channel called Sex on a Beach in Space. You should go check it out. I also play guitar. I just make music for fun. That's all I am. I don't do anything else other than make music for fun and try to inspire others to make whatever the hell that they want to make, because there are a lot of haters out there in the world who will try to tell you, hey, don't make this, don't do that, do this because society tells you to do this or because I tell you to do this. Fuck that. Make the music you want to make the music that's in your soul, because no one else is going to make it. Catch those butterflies. Butterflies being notes that are in your head. And yeah, I don't know how else to this this has been a fun video to make. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Nobody asked for this. If you guys loved it or liked it or thought it was okay, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Thank you guys. Bye bye.